Hey everyone, welcome back to Evergreen Report. Today, we're diving into a topic that could change how you invest your money in the future. Can a group of countries called BRICS replace the US dollar? If this happens, it could impact everything from your savings to your stock portfolio, and I'll show you why. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our beginner-friendly insights. Let's get started. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, 5 countries with some of the fastest-growing economies in the world. Together, these nations account for over 40% of the global population and nearly 25% of the world's GDP. But what makes BRICS so significant today is their push to challenge the dominance of the US dollar in global trade and finance. Since the end of World War II, the US dollar has been the world's primary reserve currency. It's used in international trade, held by central banks, and even acts as a safe haven during times of crisis. But over the past few decades, countries have grown wary of relying too heavily on the dollar. Why? Because US policies, like sanctions and inflation, can have ripple effects across the globe. For example, when the US imposes economic sanctions, it can cut off entire countries from the global financial system. This has led many nations to look for alternatives, and BRICS is leading the charge. In recent years, BRICS nations have been working on de-dollarization, reducing their dependence on the US dollar. Imagine if 2 big countries decided they didn't want to use dollars anymore when buying and selling goods. That's exactly what China and Russia are doing. They're using their own money instead. This means less reliance on the dollar, which could affect its value over time. India has also explored similar agreements with trading partners, like the UAE, to trade in rupees. And in 2023, BRICS announced plans to create a new common currency for trade among member nations. Could this be the beginning of the end for the dollar's dominance? Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about the challenges. Think about trying to plan a road trip with 5 friends who all have very different budgets, preferences, and goals. Some want luxury hotels, others prefer camping. Now imagine planning an entire new currency system together. It's kind of like that. The BRICS nations face similar challenges because their economies are so different. China and India, for instance, are economic powerhouses, but they also have a history of border disputes and competition. Brazil and South Africa, while significant in their regions, have smaller economies compared to China and India. Russia, on the other hand, is heavily sanctioned by the West, which complicates its role in global trade. Plus, the US dollar is deeply entrenched in global systems, from oil trade to international debt. Replacing it won't happen overnight. If BRICS succeeds, the implications could be huge. Imagine waking up one day and finding out the dollar isn't king anymore. What would that mean for your investments? A new global currency could shift power away from the US and Europe, giving emerging economies more influence. It could also weaken the US dollar, leading to higher inflation and interest rates in America. On the flip side, it might create a more balanced and multipolar world economy. But the question remains: is the world ready for such a shift? Many countries are already hedging their bets. Central banks around the world have been increasing their gold reserves, a sign that they're preparing for a potential shift away from the dollar. Even some US allies, like Saudi Arabia, have started exploring non-dollar trade agreements. Another factor to consider is technology. What role does technology play in all of this? Could digital currencies be the secret weapon BRICS needs? With the rise of digital currencies, BRICS could potentially create a blockchain-based currency that's faster, cheaper, and more transparent than traditional systems. China, for example, has already launched its digital yuan, which could serve as a model for a BRICS currency. But this also raises questions about privacy, security, and control. Who would oversee this new currency? How would it be regulated? These are questions that BRICS would need to answer. So, what does the future hold? While it's unlikely that the US dollar will lose its dominance anytime soon, the rise of BRICS is a clear sign that the world is changing. More and more countries are looking for alternatives to the dollar, and BRICS is at the forefront of this movement. Whether they succeed or not, One thing is certain. The global financial system is evolving, and we're witnessing history in the making. So, how does this affect you as an investor? Here are 3 simple steps you can take today. First, diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Consider including assets tied to emerging markets. Second, keep an eye on gold prices. As central banks buy more gold, its price could rise. Third, stay informed about global trends. Understanding shifts like these helps you make smarter decisions. Alright, now it's your turn. Do you think the US dollar will stay on top, or do you believe BRICS has what it takes to shake things up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. We're just getting started, and I promise to bring you more beginner-friendly insights every week. Oh, and before you go, I've got a gift for you. If you're new to investing or want to understand global trends better, download my free ebook packed with tips and strategies. It's completely free, and you can grab it in the description below. Trust me, it's worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious.